Hello, I'm Melonie, the owner of the Vancouver Yoga Center in Vancouver, Washington, USA. And I've been doing some tutorials on different breathing techniques in yoga, some of our pranayama. Today it's going to be on Kapalabhati. And Kapalabhati means shining skull. So it's a very cleansing breath. It's a very heating and invigorating breath. You can think of it as your substitute for coffee in the morning. So it's very excellent at toning the abdominal region, at strengthening that area and toning our internal organs and stimulating them and increasing our digestive capacity as well. So it has lots of benefits. It's also considered not only a pranayama, but also a cleansing technique as well. We usually do 3 rounds of it. And the first round, we may have 20 or 30 pumpings, and I'll explain the pumpings in a moment. So we pump the breath out, and then we take a normal breath in and out. And then we take a breath in and we hold the breath. And we might hold for 20 to 30 seconds. And then we let that breath out. And then we do another round of pumping. So now the second round might be a bit longer than the first round. And then after those rounds of pumpings, we hold the breath again. And as we hold the breath, we're strengthening our lung capacity. And we're drawing more oxygen and more prana out of the breath. And so that will hold for maybe 30 to 45 seconds. And then the third round that we'll do, of course more pumpings in the third round, then we'll hold for anywhere from 45 seconds to 60 seconds. So you may not be up to that level just yet, but just know that you could exhale sooner than I say if you need to, until your lung capacity is built up a bit more. So a little trick with this, since we're only focusing on exhales here, we're going to have a big breath to start with, but then we're going to exhale, 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 exhale all the breath out till we're at the very bottom of the lung capacity. And you're going to want to take a breath. You're going to want to take a really big breath. But we're not. We're going to just focus on exhaling and let a little sip of breath come in. And then we exhale that and a little sip and exhale that little sip. And we're not trying for the breath. We're not trying to take the in-breath in. The in-breath is just going to naturally happen the more we can relax our abdominal cavity here. But that becomes the hard part for many. So the pumps go like this. I pretend that there's a fly at the tip of my nose, and I can't swat it with my hands, and I can't move the full capacity of my body. I can only get the fly off my nose with a little sniff of breath. Like I'm blowing it off the nose. Now as I do that little quick pump of the breath, there is a contraction of the diaphragm of the lower abdomen, and it draws in to push the breath up. But the trick is, the moment I've let that little, like a hiccup, you let the little hiccup, you let everything else relax right afterwards. You don't hold it. We don't hiccup and then hold the tension right after the hiccup. It's almost a shock, a surprise to us that we've had a little hiccup. So same thing here. As we exhale, there's a contraction in, but then we want to quickly let everything go. The more we hold tension here, while we're not pumping, while we're not exhaling, then we're not able to take that sip of breath in, and we're really going to feel like we're starving for breath. So it's a pump. And when I say one or hun, most likely I'll say hun, that's when you exhale. So it's hun, 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 hun. The hun that I'm making is the exhale. And then the space, the gap in between, is your relaxation. So what we're not doing is trying to take the strong in-breath in. So it wouldn't be like this, because that would be a hyperventilation. That wouldn't be good. So I'll guide you through. If it's helpful for you to have a hand on the diaphragm, you're welcome to have that. Or just rest the hands on the thighs. Again, you could sit in a chair, you could sit cross-legged, you could sit in Virasana Heroes pose like I am. I'm on a block to make it even more comfortable and more doable. Any of that is fine. So where you are right now, take a normal full breath in all the way to the top. And then a full breath out all the way to the bottom. We're going to do another one of those. Big breath in all the way to the top, expanding and really taking full use of this lung capacity. And then full breath out all the way to the bottom. Now we're going to take a breath in and we're going to start the pumping. So we take a full breath all the way to the top. And we begin. Hun, 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 fully exhale, and a strong breath in all the way to the top. And a full breath all the way to the bottom. And a full breath all the way to the top. And once we're at the top, we're going to hold that breath. We're going to retain the breath. And now exhale. That was one round. Strong breath all the way to the top of the lungs. Full breath all the way to the bottom. We have second round. Full breath all the way to the top. We begin. Hun, 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 hun. Hun, 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 exhale, and then a strong breath into the top. And a full breath out to the bottom. Strong breath into the top. At the very top, hold, retain your breath. And exhale. One last round to go. Strong breath into the top. Full breath out to the bottom. Just keep in mind you're not doing the sound hun. I'm only doing the sound hun. You're exhaling. So in breath to the top. Let me begin. Hun, 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 hun. To exhale, and strong breath into the top, and a full breath out to the bottom. Strong breath into the top. At the very top, hold and retain the breath. slowly exhale. Take another big breath in to the full lung capacity, and another breath out. And another one of those big breaths in, full breaths out. And just notice how you feel, the vibrancy of the body. Maybe you feel a little more alert, maybe a little high from the work of the breath. And we do get into some of the chemicals at the base of the lungs and can give us a little loopy feel for a bit. And you might also feel the tone quality of the abdominal region and a little warmer, a little more heat in that region of the body. So if your eyes are closed, you could open them. I hope this was interesting. I hope this was helpful. If you would like me to do more of these tutorials on various different yoga topics, please hit the subscribe button. You could also send me a little note on what you would like to see me do a little tutorial on. You could also, if you're in our area, come to Vancouver Yoga Center. You can go to vancouveryogacenter.com, and there's a link to some of my online classes on Vimeo. You can check me out there too. And I hope you enjoyed this, and looking forward to seeing you soon.